And welcome to Accumulate, the game show where things can quickly add up. I'm your host, Daniel Peake, and beside me are two teams freshly wheeled out of the Institute on their day out. They're all editors of Spark, aside from Stephen here, who's a lowly writer. That's my pleasure. He may be an editor one day. Who knows? But let's meet the two teams, all from Spark. So let's start with the Spark Knights. First, it's Chris.
Hi, I'm Chris. I'm studying history, and the village in which I live has 5 pubs down the same street.
And here's Stephen.
Hi, I'm Stephen. I take building surveying, and I'm not wearing any trousers.
I can testify for that. Rosie, are you wearing any trousers?
I am actually wearing trousers. I'm Rosie. I'm doing English, and my grandma taught Daniel Craig history.
Well, how much? What, first primary school, secondary
I
school?
think primary school, and she taught him Latin as well.
Ooh. Let's go over to the Spark side. Let's meet another Chris.
Hi, I'm Chris. I'm studying chemistry, and I was on BBC News twice last year.
On Crime Watch, I bet. Here's John.
Hi, I'm John. I study history and politics, and I was once kidnapped by taxi drivers.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you pay them?
No, that's why they kidnapped us.
Oh, okay. Nice. Sophie, team captain.
Hi, I'm Sophie. I'm studying English and I have a mild phobia of buttons.
Ooh.
Ah.
Accumulate is a game of 4 rounds. The team with the most points at the end will win. The losers will win something cheap and tacky. The winners could win 6 board games from Eclectic Games in Marketplace in town, just opposite the post office. They're a nice shop, www.eclecticgames.co.uk for those with the interweb thing. So let's get underway with a nice round 1. Round 1 is the accumulator. 5 questions, 1 is worth 1, 2 is worth 2, all the way up to 5 worth 5 points for each team. Now, before the start of the show, we had a coin toss, and the blue team lost, and so they get to choose. You lose, you choose. So would you like a choice of cold or shoulder?
Should we go for
Cold, yeah.
Cold,
Yeah.
Something in the answer will relate to cold. Fair enough. For 1 point, Stephen, you're going to get the 1 point question.
Okay.
Tony the Tiger is known for advertising which brand of cereal?
Frosties.
Frosties, yes, Frost. You get the link. For 2 points, Tom. No, Chris.
Yep.
Sorry. Santiago is the capital of which country? Santiago.
Santiago. Oh, Chile.
Chile, yes, very good. For 3 points, Rosie. Which band had 3 UK #1 albums, including Favourite Worst Nightmare in 2007 and Humbug in 2009?
I have absolutely no idea. I'm sorry.
Voting to cold, it's the Arctic Monkeys.
Oh,
Now, for the team, you can confer. In the comics, what is the name of Tintin's canine companion?
Snowy.
Snowy, correct. For 5 points. Founded in 1937, which company is famed for developing a camera that produces a physical photograph straight away?
Polaroid.
Yeah.
Polaroid, very good, you did very well there. Can the red team do as well? Can we join the Spark side? Let's find out. You've got shoulder, something in the answer will relate to cuts of meat. You look overjoyed. For 1 point, we're going with John. The phrase meaning to gain knowledge from past experiences is learn from your what? Learn from your...
Related to meat.
Yes. There may be puns involved. So say what you're thinking.
Experience.
No. Learn from your...
Past.
No. This is fun, though. Learn from your mistakes.
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 It's only a point. Wars have been fought over less. For 2 points, Chris. Which Lord of the Rings character is the only elf in the Fellowship of the Ring?
Legolas.
Legolas. Indeed, well done. For 3 points, Sophie. Which fairy tale centres around a miller's daughter who tries to spin straw into gold for 3 days? Any idea?
I'm not sure. Something I can't relate it to meat. Not one of the ones I know.
It'll be Rumpelstiltskin. Rump being the cut of meat there. I just like to say the word rump. Rump. For 4 points, what are worn to raise awareness for various charities, in particular a red one for AIDS and a pink one for breast cancer?
Ribbon.
Ribbon, yes, correct. And for 5 points, if you run out of fuel in your car, these are for the team by the way, if you run out of fuel in your car, what should you do to your fuel tank at a fuel station?
Fill it.
Fill it! very, very good. I was worried someone wouldn't get that. Let's take a look at the scores at the end of round 1. With 11 points, it's the Spark side. Whilst with 12, it's the Spark Knights, who are reasonably calm and collected about this. Let's move on to Speculate to Accumulate. Round 2 is Speculate to Accumulate, where the teams may not know the answer, so they'll have to speculate. I'm going to give each team a list of 6 answers, and all they have to do is put them in order in 45 seconds. But one of the answers is a red herring, so they have to work out which one is the red herring, remove it from the list, and then put the other 5 in order. Simple in 45 seconds, of course, so best of luck. Now, as we say, you lose, you choose, and the Spark Knights are currently in the lead, so Spark side. Would you like this choice of category? Star or Wars? Star or Wars?
Star? Unless you know lots about wars. Do you know a lot about wars?
Let's go with Star.
It's fairly safe to say that you won't have a clue what the questions are going to be about, so let's find out what Star is about. So please, starting with the least, put these countries in order according to the number of stars present on their flag. One country has no stars and so does not belong to the list, so remember that. And you have 45 seconds starting now.
Least.
I'll just stay at that in.
Secondly, I don't know about
That's definitely
Bangladesh.
there.
Australia. I don't know about Canada. It's between those two.
Australia's got about, what, 4 or
Which one hasn't got
5 or 6, something like that? I don't know.
I reckon that. That's just a guess. To be
I
honest,
wouldn't know.
it's just a complete guess.
I'm going to say Bangladesh has got stars.
Yeah?
Should put
Just-
it-
Yeah, I'm going to say it has.
Quite a lot.
But
Oh,
that's got the
quite-
most.
that's loads.
Australia, then next, Bangladesh, China, Cuba. We said
that's
Panama
our
doesn't.
odd went out.
I got a
Are you
whole
sure about
3.
those? Because I only thought China had like 1 or
3.
3. Okay.
Cuba's got 1.
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool. Happy with
I'm
that?
not sure about Panama, but
Well, we might be.
We
I might
have
be wrong.
these.
it's just heads or tails. Basically.
We're definitely certain about that one.
Got 1 point.
Yeah.
Time! So, which country have you got as the red herring?
That'll be Panama.
Panama has 2 stars on its flag, so I'm
Oh,
afraid
no.
it's not the red herring, but don't worry. What have you got as the flag with the least stars? Cuba is correct, it has 1 star. Next?
Brilliant. China?
No, that will be Panama, that's 2.
Oh.
Next?
Bangladesh?
That's the red herring, no stars on Bangladesh.
Well, we were close.
Next should have been China with 5. Next?
Australia.
It has 6. And then finally,
The
USA.
USA?
has, do you know?
50 or something.
Yep, it has 50 stars on its flag. So you got 3 in the correct place, giving you 6 points. Over to the Spark Knights. So you've got wars. What could this question be about? Let's have a look. Starting with the least, put these wars in order according to the number of British casualties. One war has had no British casualties, so does not belong to the list. Remember that? Your 45 seconds start now.
That one have no
That one's
casualties.
because we didn't enter it. This one wasn't many, I don't think.
Put that at the
So that'll
start.
be number 1. That'll be number 2.
Starting with the least.
Start
least
with
on
the
that.
Yeah,
least.
standard list.
That
I
would
think
be.
World War One is like really high.
No, that's high.
Oh
No,
yeah,
that's
because
how
it's
World War
like
II's highest.
What was Cold Wars?
Don't know. Unless it's a misspell. I
It's like
think,
it's not
Call
on
of
this
Duty.
page. I don't
I'm not
think
sure.
it's Call of Duty either.
Yeah,
This
I think,
one could be like a bit of
I
a.
think that's the order.
You
it's-
sure? This
except
one
for
could be
this
like
one.
the least.
What is
Maybe.
That one
that
didn't.
one?
It wasn't even.
Are you sure there's none in this one?
You
10
absolutely
seconds.
sure?
Not absolutely sure. But he didn't officially enter it, so it should
Okay.
be.
Okay. We'll leave it at that.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
That's what it is.
Okay.
Time. Okay, what is your red herring?
We've got the Vietnam War.
40 British people died in the Vietnam
Chris.
War. British military
Didn't get-
casualties, I should
Must
point
be
out.
Call of Duty.
Yeah, it must have been
What is your least casualty?
the Suez Crisis,
23 British casualties. That is the least correct. Next,
the Cod Wars.
the Cod Wars was the red herring. That was just a stalemate. There was no British deaths in that. At least no British military deaths that we know of. Next
Boer Wars.
is correct with 22,000. Next,
World War One.
I'm afraid it's World War II.
I told you.
And then it's World War One. World War Two had about 450,000 British deaths. World War One had 994,000. It's about double. You got 2 in the correct place, giving you 3 points. Let's see
Well
what
done, team.
Let's see what that's done to the scores at the end of that round. With 15 points, it's the blue team. With 17 points, it's the red team.
Yay!
So the lead has changed hands. Will it change hands after the accumulator tower? And just before we start round 3, the accumulator tower, it's just been brought to my attention that Chris from the Spark Knights, you do history, don't you?
I do history, yeah.
Well done.
I do, yeah.
Learning well, I see. Well done. The accumulator tower, 90 seconds of quick-fire questions against the clock, and whenever they get a question right, they can build a layer of their accumulator tower. They'll get points for how high they build the tower. They'll get 1 point for the first layer, 2 for the second, 3 for the third, and so on. If they think their tower is going to fall over, then they can start to build a second tower, so hopefully they won't have any little accidents. As you're losing, you're going first, blue team. So let's give you your 10 plates and your 10 cups. And you've got 90 seconds. If you can keep them like that till we start. Your 90 seconds starts now. Also the name of a television program. What word, repeated 3 times, is said to be the most important 3 things about a property?
Location, location, location.
Correct. Start building the tower. And there's the first layer. How many beats are there in a standard bar of waltz music?
3.
Correct. Silent. Concentration. It's all going to go horribly wrong. In which UK country is the town of Caerphilly?
Wales.
Yes, 2 questions in the same show. Except it isn't. Never mind. 3 layers, there we go. Who was voted 2010's I'm a Celebrity Queen of the Jungle?
Stacey Solomon.
Very good. Did you watch it?
A little. I can't say very much.
No
Don't
blowing
breathe,
from the
don't
other
breathe,
side.
Don't breathe.
Start another one.
Which artist painted self-portrait with a bandaged ear?
Van Gogh.
Correct. 30 seconds left. Going to build a new tower. Could be wise. Who is the author of the Twilight series of books?
Stephanie Meyer.
Correct. Why do you go, oh,
Because no one likes Twilight, really.
well, that's correct. You can't build a layer for that. And a less than 10 seconds. What type of chemical reaction produces heat, an exothermic or an endothermic reaction?
Exothermic.
Correct.
Go, go.
2 seconds. 1. Time! Good hustling at the end there. A tower with 3 layers, a tower with 4. That's 6 and 10. That's 16 points. The Spark side. Tough job. Can you beat that? Let's find out. Your 90 seconds start. Now, who did Prince Charles marry on the 29th of July 1981?
Princess Diana.
Correct. Or Lady Diana Spencer then. And you're off the mark. In which pool event is Tom Daley a famous figure?
Diving.
I know.
He is. I'll accept diving. How many legs do arachnids have?
8.
They do, unless you pull them off. Well, no.
Quick, we really got.
Oh, right, yeah.
In which famous board game do you collect £200 for passing go?
Monopoly.
You do. Or I usually end up in jail. Sometimes in Monopoly too. Oh dear, back to square one. In which ocean is the island of Kiribati? Pacific is correct. Good guess. Who hosts the show nicknamed TV Burp?
Harry Hill.
Yes, he's not mentioned us yet.
Dr. Matthew Hall.
What is origami the art of?
Paper making.
Well,
No.
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 Paper folding.
Paper
Oh,
folding.
I'll let you get away because you had an accident. Who wrote Angels and Demons and the Da Vinci
Dan
Code?
Brown.
Dan Brown.
Yes, except he wrote Demons and Angels. That's me reading out the question wrong. 7 seconds. 2, 1, time. Well, you had an accident, but you recovered well. You get 10 points for that tower. At the end of the tower building round, what are the points? The red team are on 27, whilst the blue team are on 31. So the lead has changed once again. Will it happen again? There's lots of points on offer in the Super Accumulator. One round stands between these two teams and a very tacky prize. The losers will get something cheap and tacky. The winners will get to go through to the next round where they could win 6 board games from Eclectic Games in Marketplace in town. You can look them up on Facebook, Eclectic Games, just search for that and you'll find them. Or go to their website, www.eclecticgames.co.uk. If you've got any board game questions, they'll be able to answer them, and correctly too, which is always useful. So it's time for the final round, the Super Accumulator, 10 questions, fingers on buzzers. Get the question right, you'll get the points for that question. Get it wrong, and you will lose the points. So be very careful if you buzz. I'm a bit of a control freak, so it's very aptly named that this round is called Control Freak. Something in the answers will relate to a key on a QWERTY keyboard. Let's go. Question 1 for 1. According to the Alien film posters, where can no one hear you scream? Stephen.
Space.
Space, as in the space bar. BlackBerry's Playbook, Galaxy's Galaxy Tab, and Apple's iPad are all examples of what type of computer? John.
Tablet.
Yes, and I realised that tab was in the question, but hey, I thought it was a good question. Tab being the answer there. For 3 points, in church, what name is given to the table upon which Mass is conducted, and, in general usage, is a table upon which sacrifices are offered? Sophie.
Altar.
Altar, yes, alt being the key. Jackie Stewart, Alan Prost, Ayrton Senna, Damon Hill, Michael Schumacher. These are all world champions, John.
Formula 1.
Formula 1?
F1.
F1, that's the key. Good work. For 5 points, come on, blue team. In Only Fools and Horses, whose catchphrase is lovely jubbly? Rosie.
Del Boy.
Del being the key. Yeah. For 6 points. Which 1963 movie was about Allied prisoners trying to get out of a German prisoner of war? Rosie.
The Great Escape.
Escape. Well done. Yes, correct. Core. Stinks in here, done it. These were the first words of which soap aired in February 19... Rosie.
EastEnders.
EastEnders. Very good. For 8 points. This is Fast and Furious, and I'm the Furious. Set in the 2150s, which series of Star Trek was first aired from 2001 to 2005 after the Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, and Voyager series? Chris S.
Enterprise.
Enterprise is good. Unleash your inner geek there, Chris. For 9 points. What name is given to the agricultural process of cutting down trees and undergrowth and setting fire to them to clear land for later use? Rosie.
Slash and burn.
Slash and burn is correct. Very good. 10 for 10. It could come down to this question. In baseball, what name is given to the plate on which the batter stands? Rosie.
Home.
Home plate is correct. I've never found the any key yet when it says to press any key. Never found that. Let's have a quick tot up of the scores. Phew, I am exhausted after all that buzzing. So what are the final scores? Let's take a look. The Spark side, you have 44 points. Spark Knights, you have 69.
Oh,
So you are this week's winners. Congratulations, 69, that's a good position to be in. The losers, we don't want you to go away empty-handed. So we've got here a lovely little kind of wavy sort of thing that I've already broken. So you can have the broken one, Chris. And we've got one for you, John, and one for you, Sophie. You kind of just wave it around. There's a rubber band on it at the moment. Wave it around and it sort of zooms out.
why doesn't it work?
And so it's goodbye. It's goodbye from the red team. It's goodbye from the blue team.
Bye.
And I'll see you accumulator for the semi-finals. Goodbye.